And welcome back to another episode of BaKChat.
We might not be for everyone, but we could be for you. Hi, Krista.
Our new slogan, our new tagline.
I think so. Or one size fits most.
One size fits most, yeah. We are like one of those body stockings that you can get from like Model Express over on Hastings.
1,000%.
Yeah, it's one size fits all, but
yeah,
it's really one size fits most.
Exactly. Well, depending on whether or not you have the crotch.
True.
Yeah, the crotchless stockings I find have a little bit more room for most.
They're a little bit more forgiving.
Yeah, so we would be, welcome to BaKChat.
We're a crotchless
crotchless body stocking.
We're a crotchless body stocking for your ears.
Yeah.
That's us.
We'll fit your ears like a glove.
Yeah.
Gloves on, gloves off.
Yeah, gloves on, gloves off.
Yeah, I love this. I love this for us.
I love it for us too.
I think I already said hi to you, but hi, Krista.
We did. Hi. And it looks like the sun is coming out for just literally right in this moment. For us.
We hit record, and it's like, it's BaKChat time.
The clouds parted.
Shine for you.
Yeah, it's coming through.
The clouds have parted. You can see the North Shore Mountains. We are recording here in Yaletown once again.
Here we are.
Yeah.
I just came from my salsa dance class.
Okay.
So... second class.
Okay.
It's going well.
And on a scale of like 1 to caliente, how spicy are your moves?
Ooh, I'm going to say I'm still kind of like an old El Paso mild.
Okay. Yeah. Doucette, if you will.
Maybe a pace medium chunky.
Oh, okay. A pace medium chunky.
It's pretty good.
I would say
it's not bad.
I would eat it over the El Paso. If you said El Paso medium, I would be a little worried. But since you said pace medium chunky, I mean, that's kind of just a go-to. So you're basically fluent in salsa. I'm
like, I can put some sauce on it. I felt a lot better today. I was like enjoying it more, starting to feel more natural. So I'm sure by the time the 8 weeks are up,
you'll be throwing in some corn and some beans.
Absolutely. We'll be slicing the tomatoes ourselves.
I love this.
Putting it all into the food processor.
Do you remember when I used to make a salsa?
I literally was about to say, and it was so good.
I should make that again for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Next time. That's what I want instead of Skittles.
For you, I'll make it. And yeah, we've got Skittles today, courtesy of my veterinarian and comedian friend, because she had to go do a show in Seattle, and her little puppy Penny needed Uncle Bri for the weekend. Yeah. So
we love Penny, and she's being a very good girl. We shouldn't say her name too much.
That's true. The P word.
She's sleeping right now, so it's perfect. She's not growling around with her little toy.
And not with one eye open, because she only has one eye. She's so cute.
She's like a little Furby. She's like, she perked up at the cute. She's like, I know.
Cracked the eye open.
Yeah. Well, we've got a big episode today. We've got some Stagette recap.
Yes.
We've got some other exciting tidbits, but
what?
We have to always start with our fake sponsors.
Oh, of course.
Do you want to go first?
You know what? I will. Okay. I will go first today.
You go first.
Just because I think I have a really great guardian angels.
Oh.
And we'll talk about, the Stagette in a little more detail, but during your Stagette, there was a moment where I was wearing, how high would you say those heels are? They're a heel
I would
boot.
say they're like about 3 inches.
Yeah, if not 4.
A 3-inch heel, I would say.
Yeah. And they're
could be even 4.
Yeah.
Could be 4.
And they're by John Fluvog, who's my fake sponsor today. But I decided that, they would make a good look for Lisa Rinna.
Yes, which they did.
At your Stagette. But B, they would also make good hiking shoes at midnight when we randomly decided to go for a hike that required a headlamp.
Yeah.
Railroad tracks.
Yeah.
A mountain.
It's perfect.
And I didn't break anything.
Conditions were perfect.
I didn't even fall over.
That is insane to me.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I don't know how that happened, but I'm really pleased that you didn't break an ankle at my Stagette in the wilderness while we were all still partying at the house.
It's always something to be grateful for.
A huge bummer.
But so Fluvog is my fake sponsor today because not only do those heels look amazing, they're a heel boot for men. I don't think they may have discontinued them. They're called the men's Diana boot, I think.
Oh, men's Diana. I like that.
But they are like rock star boots. We love them.
They are. They do remind me of kind of like a 70s rock star.
Yeah. And they're the kind of boot they're it's not like a cowboy boot or something. Like they're actually shaped like a heel.
Yeah.
So you have to know how to walk in heels. Like you can't just go buy those boots and go hiking yourself on a mountain.
Like they're not a stiletto.
They're not.
Thank God you didn't climb in a stiletto. Let's say that. But
yeah, I don't think it would have had like the heel diameter. Stilettos are they're more of a beach run.
Yeah. This has like a nice chunky, kind of heel that like hopefully, I think saved your butt essentially because I don't know that you would have survived.
I would not have survived the wilderness in a stiletto.
No.
I mean,
I would love to see it though.
I could try.
I would love to see you in a stiletto.
Did you not see me on Halloween?
Oh, yes, I did.
Yeah.
Well, those weren't stilettos, though, were they?
Well, they were pleasers.
They were pleasers. Yeah. Oh, shit. You were wearing pleasers? Oh, yeah, you were. Oh, fuck, yeah.
I was wearing 6-inch pleasers.
6-inch pleasers,
yeah. That, like, lace-up leather.
Like, oh, my God. They were so good.
Mid-thigh. Thigh-high.
I actually used to have a pair of Fluvogs that were, like, they are very, like, the Gaga vibe right now.
I love this.
Yeah, and I sold them. They were, like, $400, and I sold them.
Fluvogs aren't cheap, but they're great. They'll last, like... a lifetime. Literally.
I thought they like weren't my style anymore, but like you should always keep stuff like that because you just never know when you might need it for a costume.
Well, and they often discontinue like lines because it's like Fluvogs, like
they've always had new shoes.
Yeah,
it's true.
I'm glad that they're kind of out of their like early 2000s phase though, where it was like you looked at it and it was almost too weird, and you're like, oh, that's definitely a Fluvog.
Oh yeah,
it looks like the Wicked Witch of the West.
Now they've got like all kinds of kind of they still do have like the weird ones. But
yeah. But it's not so blatantly like you don't look at it and like Fluvog it in a bad way,
Totally.
Because I've done that. In the past.
They were like a kind of like a creative writing teacher shoe. Like if you had an art teacher, any kind of English teacher, professor,
I can see that.
Librarian, that was very Fluvog.
Yeah.
Just anyone who's kind of, creative or quirky. I feel like that was your vibe. But now they're appealing to more of a larger audience.
Like art selective. Mm-hmm. Art's elective, not selective.
That's right.
Yeah, that would be the teacher.
Yeah.
Not like a full-time art teacher or a full-time English teacher. It's like the elective teacher that's kind of there on a locum basis.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Was that some shade?
No. Well, maybe. It depends on what kind of Fluvog we're talking about. Let's put it this way. That locum teacher, we would want her or him to like be the receptionist at BaKChat University.
Okay, yeah.
Because they would be fucking hot.
Now that they're out of a job.
Yeah. Sorry about your career.
Sorry about your career.
But we will welcome you with open laces.
Yes, over at our
University
headquarters.
Yeah, our campus.
Our campus.
Our campus.
Our campus.
Our campus. Where is our campus?
It's a great question. It's actually still a secret. So
actually, we happen to have your stay at our campus, and
we did. You won't find out. Yeah.
So great. But yeah, so thank you to John.
Thank you, John.
And the Fluvog team for keeping my ankles well supported.
There you go. Yeah. On your little mountain jaunt.
Yeah, on my little jaunt, my little midnight jaunt, which was incredible. And I'm going to see now if one of our friends will actually give me permission to post a photo of that on BaKChat.
Oh, yeah. Because we might need that. We definitely need that.
We took some photos specifically for BaKChat, if you recall. And I went to do a post midday, and once again, we'll get to this. I'm writing down pics right now, so I don't ramble on too much because I'm feeling a little rambly.
You're like, because I could go on.
Just call me Ramble.
Just call me Ramble McGee.
But yeah, so thank you to Fluvog. And who's your fake sponsor today, Krista?
Well, my fake sponsor was also something I used at the Stay Get, which was my Kalia lip plumping gloss, which I'm obsessed with. It actually does such a nice job. I did put it on you at one point.
Did. Yeah.
And it does actually plump the lips. And I have lots, I've tried lots of, lip plumping lip glosses. I just like the way it looks.
Yeah.
It kind of makes you look like you were just been making out.
That's when your lips get a little bit raw.
Yeah. And it's kind of and it's like, puffy. Oh, holy shit. It's
Yeah, all the blood rushes to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like other areas when
Whoops,
you're making
I just sucked a dick,
Yeah, just kind of tripped and fell on it. Well, you know what? If you were wearing Fluvogs, you wouldn't have.
Yeah. I was in the old Fluvogs.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, no wonder.
But it really is a good one. And it's just
so
it's very tingly, but not in a bad way, but in a way that tells you that it's working.
And now what if you were to apply it just before sucking a dick? What do you think would happen?
It would burn the peen.
Okay.
Because
there'd be a peen burn.
Yeah.
You'd want to avoid the urethra.
Yeah. You have to be very careful, even when you're applying it, if you get it outside of the lip, it will make it almost look like you have chapped lips because it's
yeah.
It kind of inflames a little bit, but not in a bad way. And it's clean at Sephora, everyone. It's clean at Sephora.
Love it. Because when you applied it on me, you actually went intentionally outside of the lip area.
Yes, to make it bigger for your Lisa Rinna lip look. Yeah.
Looked like I was having an allergic reaction.
Which is exactly what you want.
Exactly. That's exactly what one wants.
Yeah.
Just a shout out to A, that lip plumper, but then also B, just like, or, you know, Jamie, if you're listening, you killed it as Jen Alliance.
She honestly shocked me.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, holy shit, this is so good. Like, because like everyone was like kind of getting ready and she was like not quite getting ready yet. And I was like, babe, you have to get ready. And she was like, don't worry. Like, it's happening. And I was like, okay. But then she like literally nailed it so hard. Like, it was so good. Her Jenna Lyons was impressive. Like,
in character, ready to go. And she didn't really, it was hard to tell when she was in character or not. Well, she stayed in character.
Yeah, actually. Which was perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, we loved this.
And you know, I think, well, actually, yeah. So last time, I can't remember if we had mentioned that my stag-out was Real Housewives theme. The first night of the party was Real Housewives theme. So I was Meredith Marks.
Yeah.
We had...
Which you also murdered. Like,
it was so
in
fun.
a good way. You
it was so fun.
Yeah.
Sled.
Murdered. I was like, you murdered
Which you also murdered.
Who murdered Meredith?
Someone's been listening to too much Gaga.
Yeah. It's mayhem over here.
Yes, it was so good. It was so fun. Everyone really did a great job. And so we did have some taglines. We had a tagline contest.
We did.
And what was yours? It was like...
Oh, okay. So I was assigned Lisa Rinna.
Yes.
I guess first and foremost, so this stag-at, the best time that I think may have ever had over a weekend.
I think so too. Like, it was literally like the most fun I think I probably have ever had.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it felt like.
It was a stunning amount of fun. And you
can tell... The vibes were high.
The afterlife of the group chat.
Like, oh, yeah. It's still going.
It is still going.
It's still going
and
strong.
That says everything.
Yeah. It was really good.
Everyone got along. There were 18 of us?
I think there was actually ended up being 15 of us.
Okay.
And then 14 of us.
And then 14 of us. Which we'll go into as little or as much detail as one would like. I'm just making a quick footnote in my brain because I wanted to do one more quick shout out before we get into the whole, stag-at segment of this because it deserves its own segment. But I just wanted to shout out Henry's.
Oh.
Yeah, they're on West Broadway.
Okay.
Yeah, West Broadway, and I would think like Ash.
Okay.
Somewhere
yeah,
in and
it's
around
like near
there.
Canby.
Yeah, exactly. You don't really want to drive around there right now because they're doing the new SkyTrain. However, I've gotten passport photos down there before.
Yes.
I've been back a couple times for other things. They have so much podcasting equipment there.
Yes.
And they have like podcasting facilities available. So we were just
we might try it out.
Yeah.
We might have to try it out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think so. Because let us know if you think our setup is janky.
Well, when you listen to it, it doesn't sound janky. But when you're sitting here, you're like, well, actually, we're not on books today, though. We're not stacked
on books. Not today.
Yeah, not today. Not today.
But we are talking about dipping our toe into video podcasting.
Yes.
And that is something that we might have to like go and figure out how to do it. So
wouldn't it be cute? Like, we're here kind of fireside. And if we both
are
just,
here
like,
fireside.
hand holding the mic.
I like that. Or like the mics that like come...
Yeah.
Like, they just, like, come around. Do we need a mic guy?
I think we might need, like,
we need a mic guy.
A gaffer?
Yeah, we need a gaffer.
We need a little gaffer up in here.
We need a gaffer.
Yeah.
We need a gaffer, and we need a producer, and we need a company. We need a production company.
We need a production company. Let's just start with, why don't we start with an intern? And we'll make our way from there.
We'll build from there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
So, Henrys, if you're listening, we got a wish list.
And we're coming for you.
We are.
Yeah.
We will come for you. We will come with you if you want us to. You just let us know, Henry. You let us know how to show up.
What do you need us to do?
Yeah, exactly. As long as you got good oral hygiene and a bidet.
We're down.
Yeah. The episodes speak for themselves.
It's our fatal flaw. Okay.
It's our fatal flaw, yeah. But hey, someone has to keep our FBI agent employed full time.
It's true.
Yeah.
The most interesting job, I would say.
I think that would definitely be amongst the most interesting jobs. I would say the most interesting job would have been had this Real Housewives themed stag-at had an actual camera crew.
Oh, that would have been an entertaining job. And it was just so fun. Like, we were talking about the place, and we were like, should we share the place? Should we not share the place? And we decided, no, we're not going to share the place because it was so good that it needs to be our little secret.
It has to be.
But if you ask us about it in person, I'm sure we'll open our mouths because we are both terrible at keeping secrets.
That's very true.
Yeah.
But that's why we know each other so well.
Yeah.
And that's why all of you
know us so well.
More about us than you should.
Yeah, it's true.
So while you have a sip of your hot ginger tea, I'll just give everyone a quick recap in case, you're
Give us the recap.
In case you're new around here or Or we can't remember how much we talked about in our last episode because I think we had hot toddies.
Because we are air signs.
We are just air sign stuff.
Just air sign stuff.
So Krista had a stagette that was themed real. It was called The Real Housewives of Krista Stagette.
Yeah.
And everyone was either like, you could volunteer and choose a housewife, or you could be assigned one. I think I was assigned one.
Yes, by me.
Yeah.
It was like, you are Lisa Rinna.
And I didn't know you were a housewife stan. This is what shocked me first and foremost. And then I had never admittedly watched a Housewives episode.
Yeah, that was crazy to me.
Yeah, but now do
you love it?
Yeah. Loki. I love
it's so
where
good.
I didn't understand when everyone was calling things like a scandal would end in gate.
Oh yeah.
Like the OG was like Watergate. I think historically, if I can recall correctly.
Yeah,
but
something like that.
I didn't get I've got other group chats and people had called we had an incident at a cabin last summer and it involved some potatoes, and the group chat started calling it Potato Gate, and I was just like, why does everything have a gate as a suffix or a suffix to it? And then I was like, watching Housewives, that's where it came from. Yeah, so
and we had a gate of our own.
Oh, we did have a gate of our own. And so Vanessa put together a TLDR homework list for those of us who had not watched it before, which was fantastic to get acquainted.
She did so good.
And I quickly discovered that Lisa Rinna was not only the biggest compliment to have assigned to you, but also my favorite housewife. And it turns out very natural to embody.
Yeah, that's why I was like, you are Lisa Rinna, I feel already, so you'll just pull it off so easily.
I just need that Depends contract.
Yeah. Honestly.
Which, mad respect. She got it.
Honestly, I wish you'd have brought a pair of Depends. Because it really would have just elevated the entire experience.
There are 2 props that I actually didn't get to pull out. I may or may not have came prepared.
Oh my God, that's right.
It just didn't get a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a piece of movie glass that I was going to smash at dinner. But we didn't end up all sitting down at the same time.
We didn't all end up having dinner.
There was no dinner smashing opportunity.
Yeah.
But we had taglines. So we had a tagline off the first evening.
Yes.
Yeah, and so I guess to rewind back
to the do 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 like the Housewives theme song. It was so good. Everyone got a turn to stand up and do their little tagline.
Yeah, or enter. We entered.
Enter. Yeah.
Pillar. Yeah, and mine was gaslight me all you want. I run on premium.
That was so good. I loved that one. That could have been a real one.
I was proud of that one.
Yeah, it was good. It was really good. That. Yeah.
What were your other favorite? What was yours?
Mine was, in real life, I'm engaged, but this weekend, I'm disengaging. That's a Meredith Marks ism. She's always disengaging from the conversation.
And for those who may not know, Meredith Marks is from
Salt Lake.
Yeah.
Salt Lake Housewives, Salt Lake City, Utah. That's why they're my faves. I love anything that's, has to do with Mormons escaping, etc.
And there's a lot of escapism.
There's definitely a lot of escapism.
And they're still very Mormon, during the show.
Almost it's so funny.
Concerningly so. I was waiting to see them all just leave the church.
Some of them have, some of them haven't. So it's interesting. It's an interesting group for sure.
And just watching, will they drink? Will they not drink? Are they allowed to? What's really going on here?
What's really in her glass? Yeah. What's in her tumbler?
Some episodes, what's in you?
Yeah.
Who? Why?
When? Whose line was the winning line. Because I can't remember everyone's line, but the winning line was Erica Jane, which was my little sister.
Yes.
What was it? My wallet or my purse and my pussy are always filled. It was so good.
The best.
I was dying.
We all did.
Yeah.
Didn't somebody do the shits? The splits?
Yes, that was Shanley did the splits. Yeah. She was Kyle Richards.
Our super fan,
and what did she
Kyle
say?
Richards.
What was her thing? It was good. It was I'm having mo fun. And she literally got down into the splits.
With her cowboy hat on?
With her cowboy hat. It was so good.
It was really good.
It was really good.
Yeah. Shanley, we love you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Been there since day one.
It was fantastic.
I just I'm sad now because I don't remember Shanley's tagline because all I remember is the acrobatics.
Yeah. She outshone herself.
She
physically.
really did. She really did.
Yeah, she really did.
She showed up and she split up.
Yes.
And we loved it.
Yes, and we did have a little mini drama, but it was resolved quickly.
Yeah.
And
very quickly.
God bless.
I will go through the archives and see what I can pull and see if we can share some of this because we actually Vanessa maybe was responsible for setting up the confessional.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had a confessional area where you could just go back. There was a ring light. You could set your phone up. And we had the most fun recording confessionals.
Oh my gosh. It was so funny.
Like, yeah. I'm going to...
We're going to have to like put it together as like a you know... What are those called? An homage? No.
A montage.
A montage. Homage!
You're thinking of homage right now because we're going to be talking about, you know,
an homage.
A little Gaga action.
Yeah.
Not to spoil too much.
It's exciting. But here we go.
And so this confessional was set up and we could all set our phones up and literally in the first hour of the evening, first and foremost, I guess there were 15 of us that you said that were there.
Yeah.
There was no drama. The whole weekend.
No, it was so good.
Like everyone was like showed up for each other. We had the best time. I think just naturally, like you have drawn a really great group of people for something like that.
It was so good.
And so we recorded our first confessional of the evening, and then I thought that my phone was off.
Yes. Oh my gosh. It was so funny.
I caught the only drama of the whole weekend.
Yes.
On film.
It was so funny.
Audio really, but there was some good film moments, and. One of our, one of the attendees that ended up leaving within the first hour, long story short, thought we were all in a cult.
Just for a hot minute.
Wasn't in their right frame of mind, if you know what I mean. I mean, we had all the alphabet letters there.
Yeah, we were, the alphabet soup was there.
Yeah, we dabbled from, we're like, here's the story from A to Z.
Yeah. Wanna get with me? Yeah, listen, get ready.
Let's just say we wanna beat, okay?
Yeah, we did wanna be, and yes.
They wanna beat a little too
hard.
They went a little too hard on the spice. Let's put it that way. And so they ended up leaving, coming back the next day to get their things, but in all
was well.
And and everything's great. However, that was our drama, and I caught 4 minutes of it on film by accident.
It was so funny.
How pure everyone was talking about the situation, considering we'd all had things to drink.
Yes.
We'd all had, possibly dabbled in some alphabet letters. And still, everyone was so kind and just concerned about the vibe and other people's feelings.
Yes.
And it's so sweet to, like, listen back to it.
Yes. And, like, this is why I think I was, like, it felt so good to have, been, like, these were all the people that I wanted there. These were, like, all my friends that I was like, this is who I want to celebrate with. And even just catching that little moment on video, like even though it was our quote unquote drama, it wasn't really drama. It was actually like really cute and beautiful.
Yeah.
Because everyone, I was like, this is my friends. Like this is like what, even though not everyone even knew each other, but like everyone just was so great. And I was like, I really have amazing friends.
Yeah.
That's how I felt.
Everyone got along, like, famously. Like I said, the afterlife of the group chat speaks for itself.
Oh, yes.
And if that was the only drama of the weekend, we'll take it.
Oh, absolutely.
Happily,
and honestly, I'm pretty sure that attendee would laugh very, very hard at our video.
I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, unless you're Penny.
Yeah. Aww.
Then it's 10/20.
She's like, don't wake me up.
Yeah. Don't make me crack my eye.
Honorable mentions to the stag at was the Jeopardy, the Jeopardy that Amanda put together.
It was amazing.
Which was so funny.
Our momager showed up.
Our momager created a Jeopardy thing, and there was like 2 teams, and then I was kind of my own little thing. And so like most of the things had videos to go along with, like the answers were answered by Simon. So we were basically all guessing what we thought Simon would have said in response to all these questions.
And there was like its own like category, like Simon Says.
Yeah,
even,
Simon
too, which
Says,
was
Simon's Crystal
clever.
Ball, couple lore. Like there was so much. It was so cute.
It's adorable. I think the only one that wasn't Simonized was
the housewife one.
Yeah, and I may or may not have came up with that one.
Oh, loves it.
Yeah, housewife or trout wife.
Wife.
Yeah, and Krista had to guess whether it was a real housewife phrase or a made up one.
Yes, but we were still guessing Simon's answer.
Oh yeah,
and he got them all right. Which I was like, yeah, you did.
Love it.
He's like, it's been playing in the background for years. I know what's going on.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
And it was so well put together.
It was.
I thought that our momager had like downloaded some kind of like a
template,
a party app.
Yeah. But
no. Like she made that on PowerPoint.
I know. It's incredible.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite answers from the night was, I think the question was, what will you and Krista be doing in 10 years?
Oh, yeah.
Was it 10 years?
I think it was 10
So like
years.
10 years. So I'm 35.
So when you're 45.
So when I'm the ripe old age of 45, Anyway, so, and I had said, like, dancing, karaoke, like, traveling, like, and Simon's answer, we all died laughing. He was like, I think we'll be doing some gardening, some long walks, and some silent reading.
Silent reading.
I was like, okay.
Which is the best. Like,
it was,
that was
so funny. Oh my God. It was like perfectly Simonized. The entire Jeopardy game was, yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone needs to Simonize themselves. We were all Simon seasoned.
Oh, we were.
If you weren't Simon seasoned before, you were Simonized after.
By the time you
Jeff
left that event. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, courtesy of the Mama Jar. Thank you.
Yes, thank you to the Mama Jar. Unfortunately, she did have a little slip in our own personal sock gate.
We had sock
Stairgate?
Stairgate.
Stairgate.
We both know.
Stairgate.
Yeah, we just made eye contact.
Yeah,
and it's
Stairgate.
Yeah, so, Lisa over here, she needed to have a bra on.
Yeah.
I think that might have been Chicken's idea.
You needed a little bit of booby fillage.
Yeah, and so we put a bra on me, and then we decided that, we should fill the bra. And so
with
there was some
wool socks.
Fill her with these green wool ankle socks, I want to call them. And I
Crew
had
socks.
them on. They were, I think the funniest thing about Sockgate in hindsight is thinking about just the origin of the evening and how these socks were actually against my tits.
Yes.
My chest.
They were your boobs.
For like 6 or 7 hours.
Yeah.
Like, they really got lubed up with some body contact.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And let me tell you, like, the body contact was very conducive to a moist environment with all the dancing and, it
canoodling around.
It kept my erect nipples under control for hours. And so when the time of the evening came to, take my bra off, if you will, I just haphazardly pulled these socks out of my bra and threw them on the floor, I think, and then realized that I don't know how to take a bra off.
Yeah.
So I had to ask one of our friends if he would take my bra off, and he'd never taken one off before either.
Yeah.
And then thanks to Liz, Elizabeth, if you will, she, I think, reached over and undid it with one hand.
Yeah. She's like, no problem, babe, I got you. It's so good.
So these socks were laying on the floor, having been in contact with my body for a while. And then, Krista, what exactly happened?
Well, I believe our momager's feet got cold, and I literally looked around and was like, those are my socks. She's like, okay. So she put them on, and then
we were all just hanging out, and then she went to grab something from the basement. I didn't even know there was a basement at this point. And the door closes, and we just hear this crash bang, like it was
crash
clear.
Bang boom. It was loud.
She had fallen down the stairs.
Yeah.
And then she had like kind of went around the corner because I hadn't been to the basement yet, and I'm like, I don't know how I was voted to be the one.
You're like, what portal did she just fall into?
But I was like, I guess I'll go have a look at the crime scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I went downstairs. She wasn't at the base of the stairs, so I thought that was a good sign. I'm like, well, clearly she was able to limp off. So, at least, she wasn't, at the bottom and, death becomes her style.
Oh, God, yeah.
Because I was prepped for the worst opening that door, hoping for the best.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be the best.
Yeah.
Sockgate ended with her having a little ice on her head.
Yeah. I think she was maybe perhaps thanks to the alphabet soup was okay.
I think
she was okay.
That really limbered her up, I think, for the journey down.
She was able to just relax into the fall.
You got to lean into the fall. It was what I was prepared to do on my full
She let the fall take her for the ride. She didn't try to take the fall for a ride. She let the fall take her.
And that was the right move. It was the right move.
Yes.
In our wise and hilarious hindsight.
Yes. But she did blame my socks.
And what was the adjective she used to describe the socks?
Well, actually, it was Haley, I believe, who said it was these goblin hobbled socks. So I may need to put the socks, with those shadow boxes. I might need a shadow box for the socks.
With the goblin hobbled, because they were
goblin hobbled socks.
I guess we should shout out what kind of socks were they?
Well, they're actually great socks. First of all, I'm going to say they're fantastic socks. I felt like I was defending the socks the whole rest of the time we were there, defending my goblin hobbled socks. But they're actually from Blue Sky on the drive. Blue Sky Clothing. They're 60% wool, 40% something else. And the reason 40% fabulous. And the reason they were goblin hobbled is because at first I was hang drying them, and then I started putting them in the dryer because I just got lazy.
Yeah.
Because wool shrinks.
It does.
So as they shrunk, they got, as they tumbled around in the dryer, the more goblin hobbled they became.
Oh, okay.
And so.
And they are a goblin green.
Yes.
If I were to call it that's not an avocado green. That is not.
It's a deep goblin green.
It's a goblin green.
So, in everyone's defense, I guess I just hadn't taken off the rose-colored glasses and really seen my socks for what they were.
They felt great on my nipples.
They are very warm. I'll use them as bedtime socks now. Now, the whole event was fantastic. It was honestly so much fun.
It was amazing.
And we did have one other small drama, which I think we might owe even a joint apology for, even though I didn't technically partake.
You didn't technically partake, but I feel like we were all kind of guilty by association.
We were guilty by association, absolutely. Of you.
Of Lisa. Or that was Brenna at that time.
That was Brenna.
Yeah.
That was Brenna.
Yeah, it was Brian Brenna at that point. Brenna.
Yeah,
Brenna for sure. So once again, in a pure moment of just thinking about vibes and people, everyone was in the basement after Sockgate. And someone said that they were hungry. And I was like, I'll just run up the stairs because I'm not
get a little something.
Goblin hobbled socks. Yeah. And I came down with a bowl of ketchup chips, and I had been in the fridge, and I saw that there was a sandwich in there that was wrapped in wax paper that was red and white checkered. It looked like a very nice sandwich.
It did.
And so I heated it up in the microwave for 2 minutes, and then I cut it into small sections and brought it down on its own plate, not even thinking twice about it. And everyone partook in the sandwich and the chips.
Well, I did not partake in the sandwich, nor did I partake in the chips. I'm just going to say that. However, I was privy to the situation. I was privy.
And I did not do that sandwich justice. It should have been, it was
broiled in the oven.
Broiled,
yeah, it was panini,
not microwaved.
Yeah,
because it did end up a little stringy.
Yeah, stringy and
it could have been.
Chewy chicken was how it was described.
And then this completely leaves my mind.
That was completely left my mind as well.
There were so many things happening all at once. Everything, everywhere, all at once. That between the socks and the sandwich, it was just time for
the alphabet soup.
It was time for Brenna to go to bed.
Everyone went to bed, I think, shortly after the sandwich.
And then in the morning,
who took my sandwich? She didn't sound like that at all.
At Millionaire Club, was a little upset about her Sammy.
But the best part was that she's like, oh, someone ate my sandwich. And everyone's like, oh my God, that's so weird. And nobody clues in. Literally, I didn't clue in. You didn't clue in. We're just like, oh my gosh, oh no.
Yeah.
So who ate your sandwich? And
sucks for your sandwich.
And it went on for the morning. Everyone's packing up. And she's like, I can't believe no one's taking responsibility for eating my sandwich. Are we come on, just own up. Fess up. Who ate my fucking sandwich?
And apparently, this is what I heard, but she was pulling people aside. Do you know who took my sandwich? Be honest with me. Do you know who took the sandwich? And I'm
obsessed.
I'm upstairs packing. We were trying to be out the door by 10 a.m. Which was
nailed, early.
By the
way. We did.
Yeah,
nail it.
We went for a lovely brunch, but it was during this time that I came downstairs and I put 2 and 2 together. And I was like, your sandwich? I'm like, is that the one in the checkered paper in the fridge? I'm like, oh yeah, I heated that up in the microwave and served it to everybody last night.
And then she's like, what?
And that's how Sandwich Gate.
Yeah, so we had both Sock Gate and Sandwich Gate. Yeah. So our deepest apology is to Haley from BaKChat on your sandwich.
Yeah.
I think we owe you a sandwich.
We will get you a sandwich that you can go back to. Haley, one day you will go back to your sandwich.
Well, we promise.
We will tell you.
We promise.
And supply it to you.
Yeah.
But it'll be a surprise sandwich.
It will be a surprise sandwich.
Yeah. But we were thinking of maybe making this an annual getaway because it was so great.
It was.
So either Chris is going to work on multiple husbands, or we'll just rebrand it to the annual Trout Wife reunion.
I like annual Trout Wife reunion, definitely. I think it's absolutely gold, and yes, it's happening. It's happening, and that's why we're not sharing with any of you where we went.
Yeah,
because it was a delicious resort.
It was not as maybe a little bit more delicious than Haley's sandwich. TBD. But it was gorgeous.
No one will really ever know the answer to that.
That's very, very true. Yeah, gorgeous venue, gorgeous people.
Yes,
gorgeous vibes, gorgeous memories.
Gorgeous memories.
It's the memories.
It's for the memories. Yeah. Now there was only one thing I think that would have made it better.
Okay. Now this is a Krista, this is a very big claim. This is like that's a very big. You know.
If I could change one thing, there is one thing I would change.
Okay. And what would that be?
Well, it would be that Mayhem was released the week before, as in literally. Can you imagine if she'd have decided to release it on the Friday we arrived?
That would have been bananas.
Yeah. So that was the only thing I would have changed, because now I'm like obsessed with the album, Lady Gaga's album Mayhem, that just came out on March 5th.
Yeah.
And like, I'm like, no, what?
She's blown us all away.
She's blown us away.
She started by teasing us with like, Disease came out,
yeah.
which, it was a good song to kind of like whet your appetite.
It whet your whistle. But it's funny because, and I did like Disease, but it wasn't like on my radar really as much. And then, but once the album came out, now I'm obsessed.
Yeah, now hearing it start to finish.
Yes.
Which, like, if you haven't listened to Mayhem yet, you need to listen to it from Disease all the way through to Die With a Smile.
Yeah.
And once you do, it will make sense why Bruno Mars is on the album.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah.
But
we have a lot to talk about, because last time we were on this podcast right here. The last time we were on here, we literally were like agreed that we did not like the song Die With a Smile.
Yeah, and it was largely because of the Bruno Mars feature, I think, too. Like,
I don't even know if it was that. It was kind of just like the whole thing was off.
We found it off-putting.
It was off.
Yeah.
But my mind hath been changed. And we will get into it because we're going to go through track by track. But before we go through track by track, her new look, her aesthetic.
So this is part 2
what
of your
do we
homework.
Think of that?
Before you dive into the album, listen to it start to finish. Always white front to back. Remember that.
That's right.
B, pull up.
No UTIs for us.
Her performance of Killa on SNL. Because I think that needs to be watched. For me, that's what made me revisit the album with an entirely new...
Fresh set of eyes.
A new gaze, if you will.
A new gaze, totally.
Yeah. A new male gaze.
A new male gaze.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It was the gaze of, male
gay
homos.
It was the gaze of male homos.
But it's like it's such a wonderful album because she has said in some interviews that she was going to be like unapologetically paying homage to so many different artists. And if you listen, like you can hear like there's Prince homage, there's Blondie homage in there. There is like Michael Jackson, Tina Turner. Yeah. I would venture to see Tina Turner.
Oh wow.
There's,
okay.
Yeah.
There is a lot.
There's a little nod to Taylor Swift in there even.
Feels like it.
Yeah.
We'll go into that for sure because that was an interesting one for me because it did pique my mind when I heard that.
Because I heard the album and then I kind of put it to the side and then she did SNL.
Yeah.
And the Abracadabra, that music video when it came out.
Oh yeah.
Arguably her best music video.
I loved it. I loved the choreography.
Yeah.
I was like, do we need to learn this?
And we do. We actually do.
We can make a little TikTok?
I've never been inspired to do a dance TikTok before, and now I am.
Me too.
Because of that.
We're gonna open our TikTok dancing door.
I think we're gonna rip it right off, just like you would with a body stocking that didn't come crotchless.
That's right.
Yeah, because one size should fit most. But when it comes to... So she predictably did Abracadabra on SNL.
Yes.
Slayed the choreography. But then she popped out with Killa. And I think that was the smartest thing she could have done because that piqued me enough to listen to the album, like, a whole new gaze. And now it all makes sense.
Yeah, when she was going off on that drum, like she's like doing the cymbals on the SNL, I was like, this is peak Gaga experience for me. When she gets those crazy eyes.
I love
and she does her little funny little dance, you know? I'm like, that's for me, that's the Gaga that I know.
Exactly.
That's the Gaga that I know.
That we know that we'll tell our grandkids about in 10 years.
When I am a Gaga myself.
Yeah, exactly. When you're doing your silent reading in between breaks, you'll let them know.
Yeah. And I'm loving her new aesthetic. I didn't know if her hair was a wig. I thought it was maybe a wig in the SNL thing.
I think so because like the hair was
a little... But she's not blonde anymore, right? Or is she?
I don't think she ever has really been blonde. I think she primarily wears like wigs for the most part.
Yeah, but she still had short bleached hair.
Yeah.
Like underneath.
Yeah.
So does she have short black hair now? Is she dyeing it or is she wigging?
Her hair, it's generally like her natural hair is like it's kind of wavy and it's usually shoulder length brunette. and she usually doesn't touch that. And that's a little bit of Gaga lore about that.
Really?
If you will. If you remember Born This Way, the album has a song called Hair.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she talked in length about that. Like during that time, she went a little bit unhinged during Born This Way.
Really?
During the promo of it.
Okay.
And she was doing some really crazy performances. One of them was Hair. But she really opened up about wearing wigs and makeup and wigs. And there's a ridiculous performance of her wearing hair and she keeps putting on another wig.
Oh my God.
On almost every line of the song until she's got like this mountain of wigs on top of her head. And it's almost laughable, but it was still really good.
Amazing.
But then she really opened up that she usually doesn't touch her natural hair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so I think there was one of the performances she even took the wig off and just shakes her natural hair out. And it's kind of a lot just like your hair.
Huh.
Yeah. It's
Look at that. She's a basic bitch, just like all of us underneath.
Just like all of us.
We all have a little basic inside.
But the bob, what would you call her hair that she has? It reminded me of Biff Naked.
Oh, totally.
Would that be
well, for one, because I guess totally kind of rockabilly goth, I guess.
Okay.
In the Killa performance at SNL, I would say it was more of a rockabilly style. But I feel like when I've seen her in other interviews and stuff, it's kind of been more of I described her style as techno raver goth goddess.
I think that is very apt.
Right?
I love this.
Because she's doing a little bit of the bye-bye eyebrow and she's got the dark and then she's got some kind of funny I don't know, her clothes have been a little interesting lately.
And her accessories.
Yeah. What was I going to say? I think what I was thinking of was in her documentary 5'2".
Mm-hmm.
I think it was the recording of Joanne, right?
Yeah.
So she was blonde then.
She was, wasn't she?
She was a blonde.
She was a blonde.
She probably got tired of bleaching her hair because it, can be so damaging.
Yeah. I think she got over that, pre-Born This Way. The whole Married the Night video comes
Did Born This Way come after Joanne?
No, it came before Joanne.
Yeah, so Joanne, she was at the bleach blonde hair. Anyway, whatever. We'll figure it out.
We're going to figure it out. We're looking at each other we'll put these pieces together one day.
Yeah, one day it will all come together.
But I love, that's such a good description.
Yeah, right?
That was very, you haven't told that to me yet.
Well, I wanted to save it. That was your big reveal for her aesthetic.
That was very, very, very well said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm loving it.
Very well spoken.
I'm loving it.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Me too. And now I feel like we need to work rockabilly in there somehow, though, too.
Yeah, there is a touch of rockabilly in there, for sure.
A bit, yeah.
There is a touch.
I'm not sure where one would work that in necessarily, though. You know what? If it ain't broke.
Gothbilly goddess.
Gothbilly goddess.
Techno raver Gothbilly goddess.
I love that.
Okay.
I love that.
I'm adding that.
Maybe that's the episode title.
I love that.
I love this for us. So
that's the aesthetic.
So are we going to go through this track by track?
We are. And I have a question for you too, because I kind of after we're going to go through it, but I wanted to kind of put this out there before we go through, and not putting it out there for it to happen.
Okay.
But putting it out there because it was something that made me feel disturbed.
Oh.
So we'll talk about it as we go through the album.
Okay.
Now, do you feel that Gaga will die tragically? Because that was honestly, there was so much mega death themes in this album.
Yeah.
There's a lot of death theme stuff. And I was like, is it dark in Gaga's world?
Am I free to just hop into lore as we go here?
Of course.
Okay.
Lore as we go.
So there is a very big death theme on the album. However, she's happily engaged.
Yes, to Michael.
To Michael. And I think you can hear on the album that she is happier than she's been recording anything. She sounds happy. Even though she's singing about these darker themes.
Yeah.
And thematically, it is quite dark. But it's also coming out in a very unprecedented time, I think. When you want to talk about the age of Aquarius, I think we're seeing that happen on a political scale.
Yes.
We all know that, Gaga was, very... She sung at, Biden's inauguration. Remember that?
Yeah.
But when Trump was first elected, the first round, she was so outspoken against it that when he, I think, took office, she was out riding on the side of a garbage truck in New York City, flipping him the bird, leading a massive protest. That's how outright she was on, Good Morning America or something, and she was just, so outspokenly political. This was around shortly...
So this was, way back when?
2016.
Okay.
Yeah, so 9 years ago.
Right.
And she was just saying, she was well, yeah, he's an actor. She's I live in Hollywood. I'm an actor too. She's an actor shouldn't be president. Like, she was very clear. So she was like riding the side of a garbage
What about
truck.
Schwarzenegger?
And the governor.
We'll allow it.
We'll allow it, just because that's fun to say.
Yeah.
But so she was like very outspoken against that. And then so this album comes out during a very interesting time. And I actually think thematically, like a lot of it, I feel like she was singing at a particular person, for example, during certain points of the songs that she performed on SNL.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go.
I know. Really interesting, right?
Very interesting.
So I think that like it just might be that the overall theme of that might be the times we live in. I don't think Gaga, if she did die tragically, it might be just through an accident, not like...
I know, but like, you know how sometimes you just get like that feeling?
Yeah.
Like I just like kind of had that feeling.
There's kind of a haunting feeling.
It's a bit haunting. I think it's like towards the end of the album. We'll get to it, I guess.
Because in 5'2",
it's honestly, it hits me with Die With A Smile.
Yeah.
And you know, I was like, this is kind of like more of like a poppy funk whatever song. And I wasn't like really excited to hear it. And now it feels so different to me. I actually like it also now.
I like the haunting feeling of it. I like it.
Yeah. I know. I actually do like it.
Like, I love it now.
Yeah. Yeah.
This album deserves to be closed out with like someone who's well known for like, you know, rock funk.
Agreed.
Funk rock? Rockabilly funk rock?
Runk fuck.
Runk fuck. There we go.
Yeah.
And so in Gaga 5'2", she, you know, she was visibly upset with like Amy Winehouse's death, for example.
Yes.
Because like when Gaga did her Tony Bennett jazz album, that was meant to be Amy.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
And then when Amy's family went to sell all of her shit after she died, because her dad did, Gaga bought it all. So that no one else could buy it. And she keeps it in the same warehouse that she bought all of Michael Jackson's stuff to after he passed.
Oh, so
she
crazy.
Went in. Yeah. It was
She's like, I'm preserving this. Like, absolutely not.
Yeah, yeah. And so she did the same
What
for
crazy.
Amy. And so I feel like we wouldn't see her die tragically in like an Amy-esque way because she's always been so like
she seems quite stable with the fame. I will say that. Like, I feel like for a lot of artists, sometimes, you know, I think she has struggled with the fame, but she also like puts so much of that into her art, and she's such an artist that like, I feel like she's kind of one of those people that's kind of made for that work.
Yeah.
But I do sometimes, I don't know, like, you know, like something, it would be a tragic, not like a drug thing, but
it
like.
It would be like a Princess Diana thing.
Although I will tell you, she is singing all about the alphabet soup in this album.
She certainly is.
And I kind of like that.
And she spent her stint. So during Born This Way promo, actually, I think it was, maybe it was during Art Pop.
Okay.
My apologies. It was during the Art Pop promo era.
Okay.
That she suddenly had to have hip surgery.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And so that hip surgery, though, you know, generally it doesn't take almost a year for someone to go through a hip surgery when the public doesn't see them. And it's widely speculated that she actually got into the alphabet soup a little much during that time. And to avoid an Amy situation, like, because her parents are so good, you know, they're with her for everything, that she just spent a little extra time because of her hip.
Right.
Recovering.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
I could see that. I did see something that said like she had some kind of psychosis at one point.
Yeah, that was all tied in. If you watch the promo for Art Pop when she first starts singing it, it starts with, I think when she first sang Gypsy, she was in Berlin and she had like this weird little mustache.
Oh my God.
When she sings it at the piano. And that was kind of the start of like, and then she just kind of went full psychosis mode like after that. And it ends with like she was wearing like this weird like tooth grill on the red carpet. And
but it's just so Gaga that it's almost like you just don't know.
And the song Dope on Art Pop wasn't originally called Dope.
Oh.
It was when it was first coming out, songs leaked, and I was like such a stan that I picked up all these leaked songs and I actually burnt an album, like a CD album, and give it to my friends. And I can't remember what it was called, but it was not Dope. Same melody, almost the same lyrics, but then she changed it last minute to Dope because the record label, she got in a fight with them somehow. And that was her way of like sticking it back to them.
Okay.
To not make it like, you know, an overly sad or like, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Gratifying piano ballad that they were expecting.
Okay, right.
And then she performed it live, and she went on this whole tangent about dope and going like, like having to get off of it, and like how many friends that she's seen die because of it. And
interesting.
She said some really disturbing things actually during that performance.
Oh, interesting.
I'll see if I can find it and send it to you.
You'll have to find it and send it to me.
And to my memory, that was the last live performance before she quote unquote went for some surgery.
Okay. Well, and we know she's got this kind of chronic pain, which I feel like is interesting, when these really famous people get these kind of, like Celine Dion with her voice thing.
Yeah.
And like or not just her voice, sorry, but her body. Like she has that stickman syndrome. No, sorry, it's not stickman.
Okay.
Stiffman syndrome. Is that it?
Yeah. And I think that's just called being over 45.
It's time to pull out the books for some silent rating, everyone.
However, I've heard that stiff person syndrome is very serious and quite painful.
Yes.
An autoimmune thing, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
It's a very serious disease.
But isn't it interesting how, like, I feel like she, in the documentary where she's talking about it, it's like, it's very clear that she, like, really worked herself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just never stopped.
Yeah.
Never stopped to rest, never stopped to, like, enjoy the fruits of her labor, really.
Yeah, I always kept going.
Yeah.
And, like, painfully so.
Yeah.
She has lupus. Gaga has lupus.
Right.
And that's what her aunt died from.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the kind of, like, that's almost like the shadow side of, like, fame sometimes.
Yeah.
It seems. Like, you'll have these kind of really high highs and really low lows of, like, just, like, physically, emotionally, like, it seems like they always kind of tend to go hand in hand.
They really do. And she was lashing out a lot publicly at that time, not only against, like, the president-elect of the time, but also, like, she got in a huge, like, Twitter fight with, like, Perez Hilton, of all people. And I just remember it was all caps going back and forth, and she, like, lost her shit. And then it was just, like, radio silence because she was checked in for surgery.
Right. Well, she had to have her hip surgery. Well, good for her for getting hip surgery. That's what we all need sometimes.
And there's some diseases you can't overcome, but the very first track on, Mayhem just happens to be named...
Disease.
Oh.
Disease.
Disease. Do you think she found... And it's no coincidence. I think that's the haunting lilt that opens up the Mayhem album.
So good.
Yeah, love it.
Love Disease, into it.
Yeah, loved the video. Video was great.
Yeah, honestly, great song.
Yeah.
I was wondering, when Disease came out, before the album came out, I was kind of like, oh, it reminds me of The Cure.
Yeah.
Because she had the song The Cure, and then this one's The Disease.
And I wondered if it would be a throwback like that.
I know.
And my brain just put together this whole compilation of what the album could have been.
Yes.
And it was really wrong. Oh.
Yeah, and she also said, in something you had sent me, was where she was talking about the album, which I loved this, was she says the whole album is meant to be like, you listen to it through and it's like the story of a night out.
Yeah.
So Disease is like kind of setting the stage for, like,
the night
is going to happen. Like, it's kind of, the night out is going to be the medicine, which I loved that. I was like, haven't we all had that feeling where it's like, you're like, just like, ugh, and then it's like, Mama, I'm going to lure you in. You're going to blow off some steam, baby.
And Mama needs some medicine.
Exactly.
And then you go into, you find that cure.
Yeah.
Abracadabra.
Abracadabra, abra, una, na.
Oh, this is where, like,
the fun dance comes in that we're going to learn.
They're like, crystal ball, ward off evil.
Oh my God. So good. Those are the dance moves. Yeah. And, even the kids, they... lately, so whenever I'm listening to my music, like in the car, I'll be like, oh, like, let's listen to mommy's music.
Okay.
And they're like, lately Ziggy will be like, oh, okay, like, we can listen to mommy's music, because usually she wants like Tangled or Frozen or whatever.
Okay.
But she's scared of Abracadabra.
Is she?
She says that's a scary song.
Oh.
And I was like, okay. I just thought that was so funny. Abracadabra. She's like, like, that's scary. She's like, Mommy, that's a scary song. I was like, it kind of is a scary song.
Yeah, it's a little witchy.
Yeah.
Which is great, but I love that it's Ziggy. That's so cute.
Well, because she's like, she knows what abracadabra is, right? So she's like, abracadabra, but it's like, oh, like, it's so intense. She just, like, can't
follow it up with, like, classic, like, onomatopoeia and just, like, everything that's a gaga.
Yeah.
Like, ooh la la.
Yes. Well, and that is definitely, that's a callback to, like, I feel like that's just her thing, is to bring the, like, gaga in, to her songs.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of another song where
Bad
she does
Romance.
that. Bad Romance. Yeah. ah, ra, ah, 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 ooh, la, ooh, ga, ga. So good.
It's amazing.
We love it.
Yeah, we love that callback. And then you find yourself, entering out of you hop out of the cauldron. Into the garden.
Into the Garden of Eden. And actually, one of the things I love about this song is that she's talking to the DJ.
Oh, I didn't. Now I'm going to have to go back and listen
She's
again.
like, DJ, hit the lights.
Oh.
I can't think of how this tune. What's the tune of this Garden of Eden right now? Because I've got the abracadabra in my head.
Me too. And now I'm not singing the right song at all.
But I love anything that talks to the DJ.
Yeah.
Like, hey DJ, blah, blah, blah.
Hey Mr. DJ.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how much I liked the word Eden until she says it so much in the song, and you're like, this fucking slaps. I love it. I love it.
Garden of Eden.
Yeah, there we go.
To take you to the Garden of Eden. So good.
It's very well done.
It's really good.
If there were homages paid on this album, did you hear any in that? I would say there's a little Madonna homage in there, actually.
In the Garden of Eden?
I think so.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A tidge.
I wonder if Madonna has had any hip surgery.
That's a good question. I am not one to ask about Madonna lore.
You
want to talk about male gaze? I'm a bad one.
You want to talk about male homos gazing?
Yeah, exactly.
I've got information for you.
You want the viewpoint of a male homo? Well, the male gaze is not one to look to me for.
Madonna, honestly, favorite album still to this day of Madonna is Confessions on a Dance Floor.
Oh, that is a good one.
That is a good fucking album.
Yeah. I mean,
I could see some of that in here too, even. I mean, that album is just...
It's good. It's good.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah. I loved, Ray of Light too.
Ray of Light is fantastic. I mean, she obviously has so many good albums, but I remember being shocked and just... thrown by Confessions on a Dance Floor. It was 2005.
Yeah, wow.
It's kind of rare for someone from the 80s to come out and have an actual hit of an album
in 2005, which was also 20 years ago.
20 years ago.
That's blowing my mind.
Right?
Yeah,
I know.
It's blowing my noodle.
So then we go into Perfect Celebrity, which I love.
Yeah.
Kind of a ragey song.
I don't know if it's the name also, but I really feel like a Courtney Love tribute.
Yeah,
to this
totally.
Song.
Yeah, I could hear that for sure. Just even because she kind of yells a little bit.
Yeah. It's a very Rob Crowley.
Perfect Celebrity. It's so good.
Yeah, it could be a whole classic.
Oh,
100%. Yeah, could have been on a whole
The
album.
lyrics are great.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good... and it's just an interesting... I'm like, oh, what are you trying to say here, Gaga?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What are you trying to tell us?
What's going on?
What are you trying to tell us about what it's like to be a celeb? Loved that one.
Yeah. And then we go into... this one is a Blondie feel.
Vanish into you.
Yeah, it just has that I don't know, that synth 80s pop, very Heart of Glass.
Yes.
Instrumentally.
Totally.
And I love it. My word for this song is dreamy.
Ooh, yeah, I like that. It's a good song.
Yeah.
And it kind of splits up the two. I feel like the first 4 songs are kind of a set, and then Vanish Into You is almost like a palate cleanser.
Absolutely.
And then we go into the next set that are, I feel like there's the next set of 4.
Yeah, actually, completely agree. Completely agree with you.
Right.
Because then we roll right into Killa.
Yeah.
Which is phenomenal. Yeah, and if you've done
try walking around in your Fluvog heels to that song.
It makes me want to.
I'm a killer. Yeah. And boy, you're gonna die tonight.
With the crazy eyes and just the choreography to that. It was wonderful.
Honestly, I love when women, I feel like this is a very, woman pop star thing to do, to compare sex to killing.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's that is actually something that I feel like men have, rap about, sing about, the way that they'll use it as it's kind of subverted when women do it.
Absolutely.
To be she has to talk about all the ways she's going to get him home.
Yeah.
She's it's chucking that shit with your hand on my ass, on my criminal in disguise. It's so good.
It's so good.
And she's wanna be good, but I've got to be bad to get you home tonight. It's she's got this whole plan, and but it sounds like this plan to murder, but it's also of course, could be just set down to being a killer in the bedroom.
You're a full-time bedroom demon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full-time bedroom demon.
Good. It's so good.
It's really good. And you feel it from her. It's woof, woof.
Yeah.
She's got something to say there.
And like the more I listen to that song, the more just like that made me appreciate also the production on this album when you start it from the start again, and you're like, she had budget.
She nailed it. Oh, she had budget.
She had budget.
She had budget. That's for sure.
She definitely had budget.
This is $1 trillion album.
At least a skillion.
A skill.
At least one skill.
Now that leads into Zombie Boy, which I think is one of my favorite dance tracks.
Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah, it does. I love that.
Right?
Yeah. Now,
and I feel like this is like our generation's thing. Because it's like the zombie, you know, in the Victorian era, you've got the vampires. Mm-hmm. You've got the witches. You've got, what else?
What's the,
werewolves. Werewolves.
Yeah.
But this one is like Zombie Boy. I was like, that's perfect for our generation because we are always up all night.
It's true.
Waking up a zombie.
And I felt like there was like, I don't know, a bit of like a thriller feel.
So true.
A little MJ in there.
So
and
true.
At the beginning though, like, and I'm sorry to say this, but like speaking of bananas, like Hollaback Girl, I just like, I hear that at the beginning of the song. And then I try to unhear it. It's just like, it's just the way like that anthemic chant.
And it's got such a, like, I love the instrumental in the beginning. Like all the with like the like chimes and like it's got like, it's just so good.
It's got everything.
It's kind of got like a bit of like a 70s rock vibe, funky kind of vibe to it.
It totally does.
It's really cute.
But it's like, we about to be up all night. And then I have a hard time separating that from like, few times I've been around that track.
Yeah.
But this one is done way better. No offense to Gwen. Or maybe all the offense to Gwen. I'm not sure.
You know, that one's just old and dated and we're tired of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's very
true. We're
true.
sick of it.
But it is how I remember to spell bananas, plurally.
B-A-N-A-N-A-S. We all know how to do that now.
Yeah, I want to put 2 N's all the time.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Now you won't. You never will.
Never will again.
You never will again.
And then we get into Love Drug.
Yeah. How do you feel about Love Drug?
Love.
Me too.
Love.
Me too.
Love the love. Love the drug.
You love drug. Now, what song, though, does this remind you of?
Oh, okay. It doesn't... Phonetically, it reminds me of Your Love Is My Drug by BaKChat.
Oh, okay. Right.
And that's just because of the name, though.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, other than that, I don't know what song it would remind me of.
It reminds me of another Gaga song.
Okay.
But I don't know what it is. What is it?
Because I feel a little bit of, like, there's some ABBA in Love Drug.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Is it, might be something from Art Pop.
Probably.
You know?
Yeah.
It's kind of giving me that vibe.
Yeah. Now that's gonna, I will think of it at like 2 a.m. this morning.
Totally.
Yeah. Because I'll be up all night because I'm a zombie boy.
Because I'm a zombie boy. And
then we get thrown into the Taylor Swift
song in drag 100%, which is why I like it.
And there were like TikToks of like, them thanking Gaga for bringing the Eras tour back in 2025.
It's so funny. It's funny though because it literally does set apart.
It does. Yeah, for this next the next little bit from like Love Drug.
It kind of is like, you can tell it doesn't feel like, I was like, it's Gaga, but it's not Gaga.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Which can be said about a lot of this.
Yeah.
A lot of it.
So the lore, I guess, would be that Taylor Swift wrote this song for her.
I mean, it sounds like a Taylor Swift song, especially if you listen to the song with that gaze.
Yeah.
From a Taylor gaze.
Yeah.
I am a Taylor gay.
Yeah.
I was like listening. I was like checking the credits to see if like Taylor
was on there.
or one of her many pen names were on the credits.
She has some pen names.
She's got many.
You like my hair and my ripped up jeans. You like the back and the side of me.
Like I could hear Taylor singing that, like, or at least writing that.
You're on my mind. Like all the time.
Like all the time.
Like all the time. That's Taylor.
A tattoo for everything.
Yeah.
Like, that is totally like bubblegum Taylor.
Yeah, so true.
Pop Taylor. And so it wouldn't surprise me because somebody did say like they thanked Gaga for ripping a Taylor song off, and Gaga reposted that without any explanation. She just reposted the video. And her and Taylor are known to have been friends for actually like well over a decade.
Okay.
When Taylor's mom had cancer the second time when her cancer came back. Like, you know, her and Gaga became really close because like Gaga's had like similar health struggles with her parents.
Right.
And her and Taylor apparently really bonded over that.
Okay.
And
so they're a bonded pair.
Really popular together behind the scenes though. Like they don't have like, it's not like you would think Gaga and Taylor are friends.
Right.
From a public perception. Right. But apparently they are quite tight.
Oh, interesting.
They're a little power couple.
Well, you learn something new every day.
Every day.
Now, I would say after How Bad Do You Want Me, Don't Call Tonight goes into the next set of 4.
Yes.
So it's kind of like, it's like the next section of the album.
Okay. All right. And I'm just like looking at the set list here, and I completely agree with you.
Don't Call Tonight. Don't Call Tonight.
So I feel
And what does that remind you of?
Alejandro.
Oh, yeah, totally.
But also, it sounds like it could be a Tina Turner song. Like, this is a Tina Turner homage.
And it's got some, what's those fucking people's name? Daft Punk. It's got some Daft Punk vibes.
Oh, there's a little Daft Punk. It's like Daft Punk titty fuck Tina Turner, and they had a love child.
And it was Don't Call Tonight.
Yeah. And the stage name is
when
Alejandro.
You're driving home and song and you hear the phone. It kind of is like...
That's like there's a little Joan Jett, Tina Turner, Daft Punk.
It's like, yeah.
Wrapped up in an Alejandro delivery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's totally true.
Don't
call my name, don't call my name. Yeah.
That's going to be a good video. If she does a video for that, it will be good.
I like how much I'm singing on today's episode.
And Don't Call Tonight. So, yeah, Tina homage. I'm going to revoke my Michael homage in Zombie Boy because I actually think that Killer and Zombie Boy were more of a Prince homage. And then we get into Shadow of a Man.
I
think that's the Michael.
You think that's the Michael tribute? You think it's a full ass tribute?
I could hear Michael singing that in my head, especially yeah.
I can't. The tune isn't there for me right now. What's the tune?
It's like.
It's like.
I actually can't think of the tune right now. But it's lyrically it's very rapid to a very distinct melody, which is like a Michael Jackson trademark to me.
Very true. That's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rapid lyrics, and then
I can't think of the tune right now. I can't pull it up.
It's like somewhere in there. That was Heart by
Barracuda. It's in there
Barracuda by Heart.
Yeah, that was Heart by Barracuda.
Barry and the Cooties.
Yeah. You ever heard of them? Barry and the Cooties? Now, this then goes into a song that has really grown on me, which was The Beast.
Okay.
I honestly, first of all, anything that has The Beast in the name, I usually love it because it's something I just love when they were talking about the beast inside of ourselves, like the animal inside of ourselves.
Yeah.
There's actually one of my favorite, Laura Marling is one of my favorite artists, and she's a singer-songwriter. Okay. And she has an album called A Creature I Don't Know. Okay. Which is really good. And then also Once I Was an Eagle, and there's a song called The Beast. Oh, it's just like great. So I'm a fan of The Beast.
Okay. So you're a fan of The Beast.
And this is like the pop version to me of like The Beast, the other song that I love.
I feel like if they ever did how Disney does like the real life remakes?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like if they did Beauty and the Beast, this song would be a feature.
This song would be there for sure. Oh my God.
All I can hear is also Phil Collins.
Yes. Even though, I can't even think of the tune right now. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Turn on the music.
With the boom, boom,
turn out the lights. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
But you can also, you're waiting for Phil Collins to join her in the bridge.
It's so true. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. We're waiting for it. And it would honestly match, and it would sound amazing.
It would be great.
Yeah.
I mean, what if she releases, another version of this featuring everyone?
Oh my God. The deluxe. Mayhem Deluxe.
I mean, we're still early days.
It's so true.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Yeah. I would be obsessed.
I can hear it. It literally actually does. It's giving homage to Phil Collins for sure.
It really
I hear that.
Is in that whole era, right?
Oh, it's fantastic.
And then we go into...
Well, hold on. One more thing about The Beast.
Ooh. Back up for The Beast.
I want to... to me, The Beast, it's such a good... It's like a sexy, dark song.
Okay.
It's sexy and dark.
Yeah.
It
is.
You actually do want to turn off the lights and turn up the music.
Yeah.
And you want to feel the drums and the bass. And I was like, this would be such a good lap dance song.
Okay. Now, would you lap dance? Is your top completely off by that time? Are your titties free of the goblin socks? Is this a topless lap dance?
I'm wearing the goblin socks with 8-inch pleasers.
That's actually what's on your tits, are the goblin socks.
Yeah. I've turned the goblin socks into a bikini of some kind.
No, there's just one on each.
Like a little footy. Oh my God, literally.
Right now.
As tassels, tassel them around. Turn the goblin socks. I'll just attach the goblin socks to little strings and make them fly.
Yeah, in your fluvogs. And
Simon will love that.
And a pair. Well, now we need I just can see you in a little pair of lingerie panties.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Lingerie panties.
Lingerie panties.
Honestly, you know what I would want is like, a little pair of like black whatever and like a choker and then just like some massive like thigh high leather like shiny boots.
Oh yeah.
Like pleaser boots.
Yeah.
And do like some kind of crazy dance.
I mean, I'll see if I can lend you my Halloween costume.
Move over, salsa.
Move over, chunky medium El Paso.
We're turning up the spice.
There's a new Rojo Caliente in town. And this lap ain't big enough for the two of us.
Oh my god. Okay, now the beast, this goes into...
This turns into a song.
So hot that you can't speak. Anyway.
We're about to be up all night. With my goblin socks.
So put your goblin socks all over me. You sound me, boy.
And my blue bars kick because your lap is right.
We're terrible.
We're terrible. This goes into a song that made us both cry. It made both of us cry.
It did. It's so haunting.
It is. Haunting is the only word. So when we go like
hauntingly beautiful.
I think from The Beast. Well, actually, the last set of 4, you're bang on. Like I feel like the album takes like an apocalyptic.
It does. Turn. It does. It takes a dark turn.
And it's kind of unsettling.
It is unsettling, but I think it's so powerful and speaks to her artistry.
Yes.
Even just the way that things shifted for Die With a Smile, like the way that she shifts the entire mood of everything. Like what you thought you knew is no longer.
Yeah.
So Blade of Grass.
There's got to be something scientific about that chord because she knows chord progression and what she's doing, and just the contrast.
Lonely in this field. Oh, so good.
It feels.
If you're needing a ballad to cry to, that's your ballad.
It will make you cry.
That's your fucking ballad right there.
It's like the Bill Cosby of emotions. You're gonna feel it whether you want it or not.
And I'm gonna tell you what I love about this song. Here's my lore.
Okay, I can't wait.
Okay, so. This song was written about Michael, her fiance, when he asked her how to propose to her. It gives me chills. She said, "Just wrap a blade of grass around my finger."
Okay, that just made the song even better.
Chills.
I didn't. Goosebumps.
Literal goosebumps. Because this whole song is about. It's kind of like, to me, the vibe is like she's talking about, how lonely. She says it's been so lonely in this field, and like, I'll be your queen without a crown. Like, to me, it's really like her homage to being able to kind of fall apart with him. He catches her, you know what I mean? Like, so she's like, just wrap this blade of grass around my finger like a cast, I think is like a cast, Brian. Because he like holds her fully.
And will keep her like, let her be frail. And
like she's this powerful woman.
Yeah.
But she's so, like, it's lonely, mm-hmm. And he's like this, like, he catches her. He is like the grounding for her,
Absolutely.
I
love this so much. This is a fresh new take on something I already loved.
Yeah.
I like that she thinks about, like, I get imagery too of just like, when you're in love with someone, you're like laying in a field. Like, we've all wrapped blades of grass around our fingers.
Literally.
We've all done it as kids.
We've all been there.
And then just like, little flower crowns,
Totally.
Queen without a crown in a field. Like,
but it's kind of like this post-apocalyptic field.
Totally.
It's like this field where like the whole city is burning around them.
Yeah.
And like the sky is red.
They're in the one, city-sanctioned green space.
Yeah. Okay. And then this is why, though, the ending of Blade of Grass, it's like the music, and then it's like, and that's how like the album fades out.
Ooh,
and it just gives you chills. And then it goes into Die With a Smile. It like goes, the fade goes into the key of Die With a Smile. And it's like, after hearing the lyrics of Blade of Grass and like feeling the feeling of that love, and then hearing this expression like, I just woke up from a dream. Yeah. It's like the fucking album was the dream.
And then I feel like Die With a Smile is like the afterlife almost.
It's like when they woke up from like this, mayhem.
Absolutely.
Right? And it becomes even more haunting. It's like I have to hear haunting. Now I have to listen to Die With a Smile after Blade of Grass, and I literally cried listening to Die With a Smile. yesterday. Cleaning my kitchen, I'm going to let you know.
And you can pull it up. We've got the receipts of us not being a fan of Die With a Smile.
And now I couldn't be a bigger fan. Couldn't be a bigger fan.
Oh, it was great.
I don't know what came first, Die With a Smile or Mayhem, but the way she brought them together.
I don't know what came first.
The chicken or the egg? I don't know, but...
If she's the egg, what's the chicken?
Yeah.
We're not sure. But we'll get a research team on it on our campus.
It was the perfect thing, because sometimes an arrangement that you do with another artist can feel clunky on an album.
Yes.
And I was like, ooh, and she ended it with Die With a Smile, like before I had heard the whole album. But no, it's a fucking journey. And it was genius. Absolutely genius.
She also kind of misled us with the video for Die With a Smile.
So true. But doesn't it also now make sense?
It does make sense now. Yeah. Especially, there's just it's very apocalyptic. We'll just leave it at that. They didn't, let's just put it this way. I think in Blade of Grass, they didn't, they accepted they weren't going to make it into the bunker.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Die With a Smile.
Oh my God. They didn't make it into the bunker. And it's actually such a good fucking description. Right? Yes. And then it's like, Die With a Smile. It's like they woke up, but it's like, like, you know what? But if we were going down, I would die with a smile knowing I was in your arms.
Exactly.
Come on.
Just nailed it. Fucking nailed it.
It's a great album, everyone. If you haven't given it a listen, I don't know why. And
you need to.
You should set some time apart to have, a bottle of wine. If you're on your own, grab yourself a bottle of red. Yeah. And a bathtub. Pour yourself a glass, a bathtub. Start with your wine. You could clean your kitchen. You can dance.
Yeah,
get into it. Hop on into the tubby for the rest of the album and just cry.
Oh, just get ready to cry.
Yeah.
Because you're going to tell yourself, I heard them talking about it. I'm not going to cry. You're going to cry.
You're going to cry.
I would say get into start pouring the bath before you start cleaning the kitchen. And then as soon as you hear, the Gwen Stefani-esque chant, start getting into the tub.
For Zombie Boy, no, you need to dance.
Okay.
You need to still dance. I would say start getting into the tub around Don't Call Tonight.
I was gonna say How Bad Do You Want Me?
Oh.
By the time How Bad Do You Want Me is done, you want to be fully submerged.
Oh, okay.
You can kind of dance into the tub.
Okay, dance yourself into the tub.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm gonna, now I want to go home and I want to Phil Collins it out to the beast.
Now that that's in your mind, you're just gonna love pairing that side by side. I feel like we could come up with a wine pairing for each of these too.
We are sommeliers.
We are. We're sommeliers, if you will.
We became sommeliers during the Pinot Grigio Girl rejuvenation of Joanne.
What turned us on to the world of vineyards.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And now we are BaKChat accredited Gaga sommeliers.
Gaga songoliers.
Yeah. Songoliers.
Musicologists.
We're a songolier.
We're a songolier.
Now I have a question for you.
What is that question?
It's not even a question. I mean, it is a question, but it's also a demand.
Okay. A demand statement.
It's a demand statement.
Here are my demands. I do not negotiate with terrorists. Okay, Krista. I'll be over here.
We're going to do a 1, 2, 3 shoot. Name your favorite Gaga album. We have not told each other what it's going to be.
We have not.
And then we're also going to say what we think. So you have to know already, what is your favorite Gaga album and what do you think I'm going to say? And I have the reverse. So for you.
Okay. So
we're going to write down, not our favorite right now, but write down what you think the other person is going to say on a little piece of paper so we can definitely not cheat.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Are you ready?
I am so ready.
Okay.
Actually, I'm excited.
Me too.
I'm genuinely excited.
Okay. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3. We're going to say our favorite Gaga album.
Okay. And then what we thought the other person should have said.
Yeah. Okay, ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Art Pop. Were you right? Oh my God, did you write Art Pop?
I wrote Art Pop.
Oh my God, I love that. Oh, you got it. Damn. I said Born This Way.
I was going to say Born This Way.
Oh my God.
But Mayhem made me change my mind.
Really?
After listening to it, Born This Way literally was what I was going to say.
Well,
I said Mayhem because actually I kind of thought we were both going to say it. But I liked the redemption round where I was like, Krista would Art Pop is so Aquarius.
It really is.
That you get Art Pop. And I knew you were going to say Born This Way for me because actually that is my favorite album.
Okay, because I was like, obviously we love Mayhem. We just went over it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, okay, so I was like, was going to be right.
You were going to be.
I was going to be right.
We were naturally going to Mayhem it out because I gave it a lot of thought, but I should have said Born This Way really is my favorite album.
I know Born This Way must be your favorite album because...
I play it like start to finish.
Yeah.
You know what? Because why?
Well, I mean, I just feel like it's like the most Brian.
Oh, it's just so great.
Also, I feel like if you're a gay boy from Alberta...
I had to piece that together for a moment. I was like, are we line dancing?
If you're a gay boy from Alberta, your favorite album is Born This Way.
Yeah, what?
Because, baby, I was born this way. Come on.
Everything, you know what? That's a nice, pleasant thing to have on the album, but like Mary of the Night, starting with Mary of the Night.
Absolutely. The Edge of Storage is on there. What are you talking about? This is your favorite album.
Highway Unicorn.
I can't believe you fucking just made me wrong by saying Mayhem.
You actually didn't make yourself wrong at all. You didn't make yourself wrong. Born This Way is literally written down.
Okay.
I changed to Mayhem.
Okay, so you changed it to Mayhem.
I did.
Yeah.
Which is a big statement.
That is a big statement. So would you say it really is your favorite album, or is it your favorite right now? Okay, so I
was a little just caught up in the moment.
Yeah.
That would have been
You Libra'd that one. You Libra'd that one.
I totally, and that shouldn't be a surprise.
You pulled a Libra.
That shouldn't be a surprise.
I love that you got that I was going to say art pop. Though.
I knew it.
I'm obsessed with that because it really is my absolute favorite.
Yeah.
I can't deny it.
And that I also know. Just like everything about it is just like,
oh, it screams. I'm just like, everything about it I love.
Like Born This Way is very Libra album. Art pop is very Aquarius.
So true.
Yeah.
So true. Okay, I love this. Now, you know what else I love?
What do you love?
Taking journeys.
Oh.
Trips.
Rocket ships. Rocket number 9. Take off to the planet. Because it's time to go. It's in the stars.
Baby. We can't help ourselves.
We love
this.
it.
I'm so excited
for
it. This is kind of another fun one.
This is super fun. I love this journey for everyone.
Me too. So Brian and I both, Brian's idea, let's give all of the signs a Gaga song. So we've both done it and we haven't told each other what we think. So I'm so curious if we're going to say some of the same.
I'm extremely curious. I think
this episode is for Gaga fans, by the way.
It is. Yeah. It's like Gagapalooza.
So
Gagapalooza.
Sorry,
everyone.
Not sorry.
Yeah, we're really not sorry. No. We're anything but.
This is what we do. This is who we are.
Do you remember Joe Calderone, her alter ego?
Yes. Oh my God. Okay. Did you watch in the fucking video that I sent you where she was doing the lie detector test?
Oh, yes.
And she said, like, it was like, what happened to Joe Calderone, whatever. And she literally says, he's no longer with us. But I was like fucking dying. I was like, she literally looked like you when she said it. Like, I was like, that was Brian talking. He's no longer with us. I think he probably went out with the hip surgery. What do you think?
He definitely went out with the hip surgery.
Yeah.
Actually, he was pre-hip surgery.
Exactly.
Right. I'm having a hard time with my timelines right now. All I think about is that picture of him lighting Adele's cigarette.
Oh, so good.
Backstage at the VMAs,
so
I think
good.
It was. Those were amazing.
It's amazing.
We miss Joe.
Oh, I miss Joe. Absolutely. Yeah. I would be here for a comeback of Joe, but he's no longer with us. So, okay, and you know what else I was going to say?
What?
Now, I don't know if you remember a girl that was a friend of mine also dated her. She looks like Lady Gaga so much.
Oh.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
I do know who you're talking about.
Like, literally, when I was watching that video, I was like, holy shit, it literally looks like exactly like her.
I will never unsee this.
Right? It makes me miss her.
I love it.
I mean, I miss her anyway, just, friendship. But I'm like,
sometimes you got to split the sheets.
Yeah. Well, no, I really wouldn't. But, just life happens sometimes.
When
you
one
lose
body
touch.
stocking closes, another opens.
You lose touch. Another Pisces from the mix.
Those
Aquarius and Pisces just don't go together like that.
No, it's not like Aquarius. It's not like Aqua Libra combo.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess
in the friendship department, it is. In the friendship department, it is.
Okay.
In the romance department, Aquarius and Pisces just don't fit.
No bueno.
And honestly, Aquarius and Libra probably would be terrible lovers. Let's be honest.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, air and air is okay, but it would be like
you're not wrong.
They'd both be.
Wrong. Yeah.
I don't think it would work.
No, no.
They'd be like, nah. What?
It would be like the equivalent of like bumping two like plushies together.
Oh my god! I'm fucking dying. That is the best description.
Marshmallow fight.
Two stuffed animals just going at it.
Yeah. It's like,
and there would be like a third player making it happen, so it just wouldn't work.
There would be a referee.
There would need to be a referee.
Yeah, or a coach. I don't know, something.
Okay, so Aries.
Okay, for Aries, are we saying it at the same time, or are we just gonna?
We could say it at the same time, should we? Or I don't know.
That might be confusing if we're not the same,
you go first.
Well, no, we'll be honest with you as we go.
Of course,
here.
I've got
we'll be honest with everyone. I've got it written down too, so we can prove ourselves. Aries. I wrote down, Do What You Want.
Oh.
The R. Kelly version.
Oh, fuck yeah. I love that.
It's got to be the R. Kelly version.
Oh, that is so good. Not even available anymore, by the way.
No, you can't find that shit anywhere.
So do what you want with my body.
Now, the one thing I was watching when I was watching SNL to do my, my homework for Mayhem, I could not unthink about when she did SNL, like when that song came out and she performed with R. Kelly.
Really?
And he did push-ups on her, like on the stage. It was so awkward.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I bet you it would be hard to find. It's on the internet somewhere.
It's buried.
Yeah. Definitely buried.
I wrote Killa.
Did
Killa.
you? I mean, I agree.
But you're gonna die tonight. Oh, that's Aries.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think we both nailed that. Astrologists.
We both nailed that. Taurus.
Rain on Me.
Okay, oh my god, I put Grigio Girls. And Love Drug.
I just Rain on Me, but I think Grigio Girls and Rain on Me are both very accurate.
Totally. Yeah.
I could see that.
What was your thinking behind Rain on Me?
Rain on Me, I was just like, it's a very like, kind of like, not quite a Virgo feel, but still like a very home-like environment. Like you're watering something.
Rain
it's ritualistic.
Me.
You know?
But, watering the plants.
But Grigio Girls is all about like, let's pop a cork. Get together, girls. It's kind of tradition.
Yeah.
Like, let's
totally.
make this home a house. Or make this house a home.
Let's make this home a house.
I'm not a home wrecker. I'm a housemaker.
I say we both got a check mark.
Yeah. I mean, I got a B-, but yeah.
So Gemini.
Poker face.
Sour candy. And those both work.
They both work.
Sour candy. So sweet that I get a little angry.
Yeah. Can't read my poker face. So I have two of them.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
Both
I'm just
of us
bluffing
that one.
with
I like
my
that one.
muffin. That's more of a Scorpio phrase, though.
I'm just bluffing with my muffin. Oh my god. Okay.
And then like that's like the biggest Gemini running gag ever is the fact that like when Gaga recently, I think it was last year, said, "Congratulations, there was only one radio station in the world that knew to bleep out poker face." Because she sings poker face, fuck her face.
Yeah.
And only one radio station in the world knew to bleep that. Because that's actually the lyrics.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Yeah, but that's a Gemini prank.
That is a total Gemini prank.
That would
I love
happen.
that. I actually love that. Now, Cancer, I think you're going to die at mine.
Oh, I feel like I'm going to now. Yeah, I'll just start with mine because I had 911.
Oh my god. Okay, wait, sing that for a second.
My biggest enemy is me, Papa.
Oh my god, yes! Oh my god, yes! So good! I said, come to mama. Come to mama.
Tell me that you.
Because Cancer is the mother of the mommy.
Yeah.
Cancer's boobies.
Like doing the shimmy.
Cancer's the boobies.
The little shimmy to that. A big
come to mama.
Generous bosom.
A generous bosom.
Yeah. I love that is actually really good.
Right? We both know that.
And 911's kind of about self-care. Well, it is.
Yeah, totally. It was good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did both nail that.
Leo, I have 2.
Me too.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I have paparazzi.
I have paparazzi.
Oh my god.
And on this count of 3, what's your second? 1, 2, 3.
Hair. Shut up! Are you serious? I literally have paparazzi / hair. I'm dying.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's we are so.
We're in sync. It's almost like we're professionals.
It's almost like we have great minds.
We can read the stars.
I mean, and those are self-explanatory. I think we obviously both aced that one. We really are good at this. Okay.
It's funny though. We wrote them in. I had hair / paparazzi.
And I've got paparazzi / hair.
I love this. I love it. We came
so
full
good.
circle there.
We both knew. Yeah.
Okay, we knew we were going to nail one of them the same. Let's see what the
I
rest
love
of
that we got that one, the 2 songs. We both put 2.
That
is too good.
That was probably our most epic in sync moment.
That was, intern, if you're listening,
Flag this one.
Flag this one.
Put a note.
As it's a iconic BaKChat moment.
Yeah, it's a star sign synchronicity.
Yeah. Okay, Virgo.
I have Alejandro.
Oh, that's a good one. I put Garden of Eden.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'll take you to my Garden of Eden. Virgo is kind of like the innocence of, she's very the body.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
I would also accept Venus.
Yes, Venus would be a good one too.
Yeah, I would also accept
100%.
Nailed that.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a full spoiler. The remainder of I don't have a mayhem song.
Okay, I have some
list.
mayhem.
Okay, I have
some mayhem.
I love this.
I have two more mayhems, but they're both on doubles.
I can't believe I actually said mayhem was my favorite.
I know, I'm embarrassed for you.
It's a very Libra thing.
It's too soon. It was totally.
You nailed it though. It was Born This Way.
It was Born This Way.
And I nailed Art Pop.
Yeah, so I love it.
Because I knew we weren't going to say the same thing.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I knew there could be a chance.
And Born This Way is definitely in my top.
Yeah. Oh, me
for
too.
sure.
Art Pop is my number 2.
Yeah, I think I would go Art Pop, Born This Way.
Yeah,
literally for me. So we're swapped.
And now, if you take mayhem out of the
we're still
equation,
the same. We're still the same.
Yeah, we are still the same. I just feel like she really
Libra Moon. We have to be the same.
Libra Moon.
Libra Moon. I am literally wearing my Libra necklace today. I wear it almost every time.
You say you always wear it when you see your Libras.
I'm not wearing it today. I changed.
Oh, great.
I changed it. Oh, I lied.
What are you, a Gemini?
I literally lied. I changed my
Just
mind.
when you think you know your Libra Moon, she turns into a Gemini. She changed her mind.
She's a liar. I changed my mind just like a Libra would. Okay.
I love it.
Libra.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Sex
Born This Way.
I actually put sex dreams and How Bad Do You Want Me? I was like,
How Bad Do You Want Me that's
come on. It's like a kitten
you nailed
last night, boy, you were in my sex dreams. That's such a fucking Libra song.
And the talking version of it, I really shouldn't say this, but I've had a couple drinks.
Oh yeah, literally, that's this is Libra.
This is totally Libra.
And How Bad Do You Want? How hot did you get, sweet? I was like, that's fucking Libra.
Could not be more perfect.
Yeah.
And Born This Way is a song.
And Born This Way is great too.
Yeah.
I never was a kind of girl that's... Wait, what am I saying? Fashion of His Love?
Yeah, that's not... That is
Ignore
not
me.
the song.
Ignore
me.
Okay, Scorpio.
Heavy Metal Lover.
Oh, that's
I
so
want your
good.
whiskey mouth all over my blonde south.
Yeah,
That's a Scorpio line.
I put Bloody Mary.
That also is good.
And The Beast.
Yes, and yes.
Well, dance with the hands above my head. So good. So Scorpio.
Fantastic.
And then The Beast, literally, The Beast and Bloody Mary are similar vibes.
We could put together star sign playlists.
That's such a good idea.
We should.
How are we not doing this?
I don't know. We should literally be doing that. Star sign.
Note
playlist.
to self. Note to our intern.
Note to our intern. Yeah, exactly. And we will get an intern, maybe through Henry's. Who knows?
Oh.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Oh, Henry.
All
right, Sagittarius.
I
have Marry the Night.
I have Diamond Heart. Those are very similar.
They are very similar.
Those are very similar.
I love this.
Marry the night. That's a good one for Sagittarius. I like that. Yeah, right?
Oh, that is such a Sag song.
I'm going to have to listen to Joanne, I think, honestly. Soon. I haven't given Joanne a listen in a while.
Justice for Joanne.
Justice for Joanne.
Yeah. Although it doesn't make my top 3 faves.
Really?
As an album.
Okay. Let me think.
I think we would both agree on our third favorite.
Who's our third favorite?
I think our third favorite song would probably have to be The Fame Monster. Because that's what Paparazzi and Love Game.
I know, but it's not really in my it is there, but it's not in my top 3, honestly.
It's not quite there.
It's not quite in my top 3. I think I would honestly would I even put Chromatica there?
No,
I don't know. I would have to go
think
through and look.
I
would have to go through and look.
Yeah.
I can't be put on the spot like this.
I think that unless Art Pop could have 2 spaces, Born This Way and Art Pop, yeah. But I think we are also a fan of you need some canon in there, and the Fame Monster's Gaga canon,
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, Telephone.
I don't go to it though.
Telephone.
I mean, I know, but I don't go to it. I will I will actually go back and listen to,
You might be
Born This Way.
You might be A Star Is Born for your third fave.
No, I think I would honestly put Joanne. in my third spot.
I do love Joanne.
I love Joanne.
I do love Joanne.
Joanne is a fucking trip.
I could not pick between the Fame Monster or Joanne though, because if I had to pick like Telephone, Paparazzi, like Love Game, Paper Gangsta, it was so bad.
Oh my god, so true.
But so good.
Oh come on though, Joanne, it's so good.
Yeah, Joanne is good.
Wild American.
So good.
So good.
That was such a good show.
I'm
so glad we were all together for that. No, we went to
fucking the Joanne show.
The Joanne tour.
The Joanne tour. Honestly, we're reuniting for Mayhem.
We 1000% are.
Mayhem.
And we're going to have like, a night out with our momager and Vanessa.
I can't wait.
Venus.
We're going to have to make it a sleepover.
Oh, it will be.
Okay, Capricorno.
I have Just Dance. Because it's about shutting up and hitting the grind.
That's funny. I've got Free Woman.
That is also
I'm
so
a free
accurate.
Woman, I am.
I just was thinking back to Gaga lore, and like Just Dance was like her first big video that was shot. Poker Face and Just Dance, but I think Just Dance came first. Either way, there was like her agent at the time, I think, had made a statement looking back on Gaga like 10 years ago,
right? Saying
like, you've got this video, like you need to dance until your feet bleed in your high heels because they're going to keep you shooting for like hours on hours. And she's like, and yeah, she showed up. Her feet did bleed. Like she just went nonstop for that video, like put everything into it.
Oh,
and
brutal.
Like, but it's just like, that's a very Capricorn mindset.
Yeah,
you know?
true.
Which surprises me. What star sign is Gaga? Born in March.
She's an Aries.
See,
her and our sexologist share a birthday? Am I wrong? I'm pretty sure they share a birthday. I'm pretty sure that's like the whole thing. I'm pretty sure she's a March 28th birthday.
I love this.
Yep.
I did. Yep. How did that slip my mind?
She's
shared
1 year older than our sexologist.
Our resident sexologist.
And she's because
yes, you
gave her that Venus.
That card.
Thing, that card, because it's fucking Lady Gaga.
It's Lady Gaga, but I didn't give that knowing that was Gaga's birthday.
Well, then that's your own fault.
That is my own fault. Although I could just say, I did.
Okay, Aquarius.
Yeah, the Skittles they're going in my dick trap.
My dick trap.
My song for Aquarius, Art Pop.
Okay, mine was Aura.
My mind.
So
Art
good.
Pop.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like Art Pop. I said Aura. Same thing.
Same thing.
It's such a weird way to open the album.
On my... If you were to give like... You know how the end of Telephone had like To Be Continued?
Oh yeah.
I feel like Aura would have been the perfect
totally.
I killed my friend, left her in the trunk on Highway 10.
Oh yeah, totally.
Put the knife under the hood.
If
you find me...
Yeah.
I'm in Hollywood.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On my little leaked burnt CD from back in the day.
Yeah.
I probably have the playlist somewhere, like in old storage. The song was originally called Burqa.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Right.
Yep. Love it.
I need to swallow this Skittle before I'm annoying myself.
You're like, why did I put a Skittle in my... It's the worst thing to eat.
It was the dumbest thing to do right now. Like, yeah.
And you did it twice. Okay.
I couldn't... Well, once you have one...
You can't stop. And they're so addicting. Okay. Pisces.
Shallow.
You've been Shallow? Half the deep end. You mean the song that we won our cake for?
Yes. Just because, shallow, like sometimes Pisces needs a little shallow water.
That's true. That's true.
In.
Around in. I said Fashion of His Love.
Oh, that's...
I never was the kind of girl that's naturally sure when it comes to
I'm like writing this down. Like looking at you side eye. I'm like,
I was insecure.
If I can be objective, I would like to say that those are also both very good.
Yeah.
If you take the personal context out of Shallow, because we did win an award for singing it.
We did win an award. We did win a hangable heart cake.
Yeah.
Which is signed,
it's
and it's in our BaKChat clubhouse.
It is. And maybe one day when we get our shit together, we'll show it to everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, so we made it through all of them.
We did.
Like, that was all the star signs.
We really did.
all hanging out there in a row. We're going to put together some star sign playlists because I really think we need to make that a thing.
I think so too.
Like how much would you love out there, you know, if you're a Capricorn or a Taurian or, you know.
To just hit up a playlist that we've made for you?
Your very own custom Sag playlist.
You think everyone would love that?
Oh, like they better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You better.
It's coming. You're getting it whether you want it or not.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. No consent.
No consent. I wonder what star sign Bill Cosby would be. He strikes me as like, can we look him up really quick? Because I think that's necessary.
We need to know.
I feel like he gives.
What is it? What do you think?
Ironically enough, feel like he would be a Virgo.
Okay, are you ready for it?
Am I going to be shocked?
You're gonna laugh.
Okay, what?
He's a Cancer.
Oh.
It kind of makes sense.
It does make sense.
Male Cancers, they're just fucking weird.
Yeah.
He had a show about family, but was like doodling the family on the side.
Yeah, a little blah, blah, blah. Yeah. That's like, you know what? No, we're taking that
we're not going there.
We're not going there.
We're not going there today.
But we do have, you know, other places that we need to get to.
Yes.
And this has been, you know, a slice and a half as always. It's been, you know, an hour and 40 some minutes of pure mayhem.
Truly.
Yeah. I would like to say we did some motherfucking justice.
We did. We did. We definitely did. I'm like, do we even have time for our next segment?
We always have time for our next segment.
We're going to have to give it a quick little analyze.
We will.
So.
I mean, after seeing, you know, some...
You're like, can I segue? It might be time for...
In your dreams. I was going to segue, but I would have used the word dreamy. And then that would have just been, you know...
Doesn't make sense.
Wouldn't have segued well.
It's okay. We're 2 hours in almost, so...
Yeah. We're balls deep.
We're balls deep right now.
Balls deep.
So I have a dream for you. Now, I had this dream after we left the magical place that was our new vacation spot for the stagette. And it was on the night we got home. Are you ready for it?
I am ready for it.
So I had a dream. I'm not even going to give you the whole dream because the whole dream is like way too long. I'm just going to give you the beginning part of the dream because then I woke up from that dream and then I went back twice into other dreams that were related. So I'm just going to give you the first part of the dream.
Okay.
So I dreamt that I was in the middle of the ocean, but I was like kind of just an omniscient observer of the ocean. I wasn't actually in the water.
Okay.
And I saw this woman, and it was like a, you know, forested kind of background, like away from the ocean. It was like, you know, kind of like Squamish vibes.
Okay. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it.
Even though Squamish isn't by the ocean.
It is.
It is, right?
Yeah,
okay.
It's right beside the ocean.
Okay, right. Good.
It's on the water.
We're balls deep. I don't know what's happening. You're like, it's actually literally on the water.
It's literally on the water.
So there's this woman in the middle of the water.
Okay.
And she had this like white gauzy dress on.
Okay.
Like long flowing layers, and it was kind of like flowing off of her into the water, so it was kind of wet, but she was kind of on top of the water.
Was it kind of like a Venus situation, like the birth of Venus?
Totally.
Okay.
I think she was indigenous.
Okay.
Like if I could give her a type of look. And she had long, long black hair that was trailing into the water.
Okay.
And she was kind of like looking up, relaxed. And then she also had this big red spot, like kind of like almost like period blood or something. But it was like a lot of blood.
Okay.
On the dress.
Okay.
That was like wet. So it was like fading into the dress.
Okay.
Then an orca whale.
Okay, this is all very powerful, by the way.
It's actually very powerful, Brian.
This is like blowing my mind.
So
right now.
Then a whale came up and kind of like came underneath her, and then it was kind of like taking her for like a ride a little bit.
Yeah.
Like she was kind of on top of the orca, but she was like this, like with her arms like just back. She's like casual.
Yeah.
And then the orca dived down, and like, so I'm going down with them, but the orca and her are like going down, but she's not being like pulled down. She's kind of floating next to it, going down at the same pace as this orca to the bottom of the ocean.
To the bottom of the ocean.
So we go all the way down, and I'm kind of watching, and like her hair is like floating. And then it was like we go past like all these like lights in the ocean, like just all this kind of like lighter oceanscape to like a really dark oceanscape.
Okay.
And then
I feel like I'm watching the stream with you.
Right?
Like I'm right here with you.
It was very intense. And then when we got to the bottom of the ocean, it was like pitch black, and the orca started speaking.
Okay. Oh.
And it said, women are the direct line to nature. So without women, nature will die. But without nature, women will die.
Okay.
It was like this message from this orca whale.
No more sleepy time Greenpeace tea for you.
So, but then here's the fucked up weird part.
Oh.
So I woke up from this dream.
Okay.
And then I had a couple more dreams where Ziggy was drowning in the bottom of a pool. And I had to dive down to get her.
Okay.
But when I woke up from that dream, I could hear like talking still. Like, but it was almost like, and it like almost sounded like a spaceship.
Oh.
Okay. So then in the morning when I woke up, I didn't go to the mirror right away, but I was like, my forehead was itchy. And when I looked in the mirror, because I was like, what is going on with my forehead? I was like, it feels like a bump. There was literally like a lump on my forehead.
Because you had hit your head?
No. Like, and it wasn't a bite. And it wasn't like it didn't look like a bite. It was literally smack dab in the center of my forehead. It was like
where
a
your
bump.
Third eye would be?
Yeah. Like I was like, did aliens like come down and give me a message or something?
I mean,
I'm going to show you the picture. I took a picture.
Oh, I need to see the picture.
It was really weird. So it was a very strange dream, but it haunted me. Like it was like staying with me. Like it was like this message of like nature and yeah.
This is fascinating.
There's a lot to digest.
There's a lot to digest, but I want to see the photo before I start digesting because I think that's going to help me holistically.
Well, here, why don't we have a break while we analyze?
Okay.
And we'll be right back.
Yeah. I mean, you won't even notice we're gone.
No.
All right, and we're back. And
we're back.
You didn't even notice we were gone.
We had a little shake. I had a shake.
Yeah, a creamy protein shake.
It was delicious and perfect. I think I lost all my energy when I started telling that story.
I'm like drained after analyzing it. That was a lot of work.
It was a short dream, but it was a big dream.
A short dream.
And I did show you the picture.
Long message. I saw the picture.
Yeah.
I've got theories on that as well.
Yeah.
I need a notebook and screenshots from my phone.
To analyze this dream.
And I had to use 3 different apps.
Oh my God.
We'll get to all of this.
What is this?
We'll get to all of this.
Yeah.
And I guess I only need my mouth right now, so I'll just huddle around the mic here.
Huddle.
But this wasn't like, let me two in one.
2 in 1.
2 hands, 1 cup.
1 talking hand.
Right. 1 talking hand, 1 fanning hand. So I feel like this wasn't just like a Greenpeace sponsored like Sundance film.
Oh my God.
You had a message sent to you.
I think so too.
I think that like it was easiest for me to like break this down into what stood out to me at first.
Right.
And then so like the woman on the water, for sure. Especially like considering like she might have been like indigenous, you know? That was kind of like water protector, you know? And she was like hovering in like a white gauzy dress, which to me is just like that's just like classic like ethereal symbolism first and foremost.
Yes.
Like without even looking it up. But like since it was wet, there was like a connection between, I don't know, like nature and purity and like how life can be messy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like something really raw about it. But it was the long black hair in the water. Like I was hearing this when I wrote it down. Like that is apparently representative of like wisdom, lineage, and spiritual depth.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then the red stain, blood often often represents like sacrifice, life, or transformation. And given the whole like the nature woman connection to this, I would say it was like more of a life-giving Mother Earth like cycle of life.
Yeah, that was what I kind of felt like
vibe
too.
Going down. And now, okay, so the orca.
Yeah.
Like that's huge. Like, I think I even said that before I even looked any of this up, but like, this is big. Like, this is big energy. So orcas are like, they're known for being highly intelligent, like deeply matriarchal. And in many indigenous cultures, they symbolize guardianship, transformation and ancestral knowledge, which ties in with that black hair perfectly.
Yeah, true.
But this one doesn't just like show up; it literally carries her.
Yeah.
And like that's like actually like a spirit guide kind of a move.
Ooh,
right
true.
there, yeah. And the way she's just like
that's a spirit guide move.
That's like spirit guide move. When you've heard of air sign stuff, welcome spirit guide move.
Yeah.
And just the way like she's just like hanging out
yeah.
on his back, like not scared, you know. It's like her arms are spread, like it's like it wasn't just like surrender.
Yeah.
With the orca, it was more like alignment.
Yeah.
With the orca, and then we go into like the descent, which is the third biggest symbol I found here. And I think that you felt that too.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you know, it was a literal descent. It was a metaphorical descent as well, though. It was like a slow, controlled descent into darkness.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, you know, represents a journey into the subconscious. And passing from light into darkness isn't just for, well, dramatic effect. In this case, it reflected moving past the surface of things and diving into the truths that most people would avoid. So the fact that she's not being dragged down, but she willingly floated down with the orca says like she's receiving this knowledge when the orca speaks. And it didn't, it had like ancient prophecy, like energy to it though.
Right.
It actually did. And so
kind of like my last dream.
Like, yeah.
Nose.
This one's a lot
nicer.
That one had its own vibe.
That one was
yeah.
That one was its own thing.
I still think of that dream.
I know. Now you'll think of this one.
But like women are the direct line into nature. Without women, nature will die. Like, but without nature, women will die. Like, that's the message.
Yeah.
Like that's like yeah. That's like that's like a statement of existence.
Totally. Well,
like that would be like your thesis on the universe if you wrote one.
Totally.
Like,
yes, it was like something about the connection. I have to actually find the exact thing that the orca said. I know I did put it somewhere, but it was like that. Like there was something about the connection between women, and I think also how women are represented in the world was kind of what I took away and like our connection to nature.
Well, this is going to blow your mind then, because like it's stated feminine energy and the natural world are connected. Destroy one and the other will follow. But like, it's like, has the orca been watching the news lately? Like, you know, like everything from like climate change to like patriarchy, you know?
Yeah.
And that is represented. And so this ties into your other dream actually, which with like the pool and Ziggy drowning. And like, that is like, so this changes it from like a generic kind of a statement into something that's more personal of like a fear of like helplessness or loss or something precious that's slipping away. So like given the first theme of like, you know, the universe and that being interconnected, destroy one and the other follows, this one like pulls the message into like real life for you. Like it's like, okay, that's like cool about the grander statement, but how's it affecting you personally? And then we get into the lump on your forehead.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah.
Like that went from like that it's
literally like a perfect round.
It went to full like present day
alien
like
mode. I
don't feel like you had a dream. I feel like you were initiated.
Honestly.
Like your subconscious, like the ocean, it's like the orca was like an alien and like you got a direct download from it. And it's like
well, and you know, whales and aliens, like there's a lot of connections there in the alien universe.
I love this.
It's not my first touchdown by aliens, if you will.
I love it. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
So I think
but it was my first physical sign.
I think the orca gave you a prophecy. I think the pool was like a real life warning about protecting what matters to you. Mm-hmm. And I think that the forehead lump, after you hit your head when you were sleeping.
But it didn't hurt.
Or something like literally stamped a third eye on your forehead. Like it
or
was
like some kind of like, it was like the way of like the entry to the mind.
Like a message delivery. It was a
like
red receipt.
It was a red receipt. It was a red receipt, 100%.
So I would say, out of like, given that, either expect more dreams, expect more.
Yeah.
Pay attention to synchronicities. Mm-hmm. That was a really big thing, especially because of like the orca in combination with what you saw it with. Or like it's time to start a cult. But a good cult. A good
cult. Well, and it kind of does tie into like the last dream. Remember my last dream? And it also kind of ties into like the things that I've been studying on my own. Maybe we'll get into that next time.
Oh, yeah. I want to get into it
because I know.
There's only so many hours in a podcast.
So many hours. We're definitely over time. But maybe next time, maybe next week or whenever the fuck we record.
Yeah.
Because I've been on a bit of a deep dive.
Ooh.
And I'm almost ready to start sharing.
I can't wait.
So maybe we'll get into it. And we'll be able to bring some things back. In the meantime, I'll be watching out for my dreams.
And I just wanted everyone to know that I had to use 3 different apps for this. I used Dream Moods. I used Shadow. And I used Dream Interpreter. So
Shadow, I'm interested. That's a cool name.
It's like, Krista, you're having orc-guided interdimensional prophecy dreams.
Yeah.
You too may have a benefit from these apps.
You're so funny. You're like, I never have profound dreams.
I don't. Actually, you know what? Maybe we'll get into this next episode too. Yeah. I need to sit down and like figure out what, like, I remember my dreams, but it's never anything like that.
Yeah.
And we need to do a deep dive into it. I'll tell you like what my dreams are like.
Okay.
And then like my dreams have been almost like a reality, like a timeline shift.
Oh.
Where I wake up thankful I'm not on the wrong timeline.
You wake up like Lady Gaga, die with a smile.
Yeah. It's been bizarre. Like, it's been a bizarre world.
Really interesting.
Like, I wake up thanking, like, the fact that I didn't wake up in the timeline I was dreaming in. But I dream about, there's so many different timelines.
Oh my God.
It's intense.
This all makes sense. This is why we're friends.
There's a lot to explore.
There's a lot to explore here.
And on the cult subject, there's a really good podcast called Sounds Like a Cult.
Oh, yeah.
It's really good.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll like it.
Okay. You're like, your dream sounds like a cult.
Sounds like a cult. Yeah, but like a live your life cult.
Yeah.
They rank all these different cults on like live your life, watch your back, or get the fuck out.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like, the cult of Nickelodeon is get the fuck out. But
right.
The cult of Sephora is like live your life, maybe watch your back a little.
Right. Collect those points, you VIBs.
They talk about that. And how nobody talks about their status in real life.
Oh.
Like, nobody talks about how many Sephora points they have, how many beauty points, whether they're an insider or not.
Oh, that's true.
But
are you a VIB?
But you still go for the points, even though there's no community aspect to it. Which
true.
is really interesting.
Well, they do have an app.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's true.
But it's not like you can connect on the app
with,
like, fellow insiders.
No.
No, because why would you want to?
Just with reviews. Why would you want to? Why would you want to spend any time doing that? I don't know.
I mean, I don't even have that mental capacity to think about spending time on that after analyzing that dream.
Well, perfect. On that note,
I think it's about time to wrap up the long black hair in the water and call this an episode. I'm Brian.
I'm Krista. And together we're BaKChat.